you want to visit Turkey, Antalya, then this is the perfect video for you. Without wasting any time, let's get into it. So the first thing I did, of course, was to get myself an e-visa from the internet. I think there are like 28 countries that are eligible to get an e-visa for Turkey. Otherwise, you might have to apply through the embassy. I think 3 months prior or 2 months prior, just the same way you apply for a Schengen visa. Okay, so yeah, I got mine very quickly online, and I had to show it when I was checking in at the airport, and also I had to present it when I arrived in Turkey at the Turkish immigration, right? I had to print it out and show it to them, and then that was the only way they would allow me into the country, right? So you have to do it online and pay for it online. Okay, so I'm gonna link that website here, and you can check it out to see if your country is eligible for an e-visa to Turkey. Right, so that is the first thing I did. And then now when I got here, obviously I needed transport. So before I left home, I booked a shuttle that would take me from the Istanbul airport to Sabiha. And excuse me if I'm not pronouncing the words correctly. Yes, so it took me to Sabiha, and I booked it through bookings.com. so it just says airport shuttle or something like that. So you have to book it from the airport that you're landing in to the airport that you're transferring to. My ticket was a separate ticket because it was expensive for me to book a direct ticket from Johannesburg straight to Antalya. So I booked one separate one from Johannesburg to Istanbul, and then from Istanbul I booked another one to Antalya. So I had to transfer airports, right? So I will show you guys the prices here. I'll check my phone. I think if I'm able to remember everything, I will share it with you. Okay, so after that, yeah, when I got to Antalya, I used a yellow meter taxi. So I had to withdraw money from the ATM when I got to the airport so that I could be able to pay the taxi. So I paid the taxi, and it took about 25 minutes to get here, and it cost me around 400 liras. So I think the currency here is called Turkish lira or something like that. I'm gonna show you guys the banknotes, or I'll try to check everything properly before I upload this video, of course. So I got to pay the yellow taxi. You need to check the taxi, like the driver must run the meter so that the price that you're going to pay or your fare is accurate. Okay, so I got here, and I have been living in an Airbnb, and I booked this Airbnb I think a week before I came here, and the landlord has been nothing but great. Like, he gave me all the right information. He gave me everything. He gave me the code for the door. I didn't have to ask him anything. He literally communicated with me the day before my trip, and as soon as I got here, everything was ready for me, and he has been awesome. Like, yeah, he's been great. Oh, another thing that I want to mention to you is when you arrive, you can get a SIM card at the airport. I got a SIM card for about 900 liras. That is about 700 rands, or that could be in, I think in Chinese yuans, that could be like 300 kwai. And it is loaded with 20 gigs of data, so I am able to be connected to the internet everywhere I go. I never had any network problems. When we were in the boat ride, I had no connection problems throughout my stay here, and I was satisfied with everything. However, you could still, I think you can get, it's cheaper SIM card, and you might pay like 700 liras or even less if you don't buy it straight from the airport. I just wanted to get mine from the airport so that I could actually be connected, especially when I have to talk to my shuttle driver, or if I have to use an Uber from one point to another. Yeah, just to be safe, because I just came here alone, so I had to be connected throughout my stay. So you could get your SIM card after you leave the airport, or if you use an agency, they can help you get a SIM card. Okay, so yeah, I got a SIM card. I bought it at the airport. It cost me like 900 for 20 gigs. You can get more data if you want. Obviously it's gonna cost you more, and I believe I'm gonna leave this place without even finishing the data, because the Airbnb does have a supply. The Airbnb does have unlimited Wi-Fi. Okay, so when you withdraw money, sometimes the ATM will ask you if you want to withdraw it in euros or dollars. I think I also remembered kind of seeing Chinese yuan somewhere, but it does ask for euros, dollars, liras, or Chinese yuan, if I'm not mistaken, right? So what I realized is that it's better for you to be swiping than to be withdrawing money, or you can just calculate the amount of money you will need for your whole trip, then you just withdraw once. Because I tried withdrawing one time and the ATM was like, okay, the bank was like, okay, we are going to deduct $5 as a charge. So yeah, we're gonna deduct $5 as a charge. So yeah, I had to take the money anyways, so $5 was gone. But if you do it once off, you won't have to go through those charges. So I highly recommend that you either withdraw your money once off and then use your cash, or you can just be swiping your card every time you have to purchase something. I used an Uber to go from one point to another, and the Uber was literally taking money from my bank card, not cash. I preferred to use Uber because of language barrier. So as soon as the Uber comes, I don't have to explain where I'm going. The Uber is just gonna get me and then drop me off where I am going. So it was more convenient. So I didn't have to be communicating a lot with the drivers here, because I think a lot of people here don't speak English much. Even when you go to the restaurants, you find that there are people, there are waiters or waitresses that actually cannot speak English properly. They know the menu, but if you ask for, maybe you want like a hot sauce, or you wanna ask about the taste of the food, they're not able to actually articulate themselves. Okay, so yeah, I hope the information that I'm giving you guys is clear. Right, so where do I recommend you guys to stay? Of course, in the city center, or at least close to the city center, because today when I went for the tour, I realized that the tour guide was able to pick me from the hotel and drop me off. I know I'm not staying in a hotel, but there's a hotel right outside, so that's the location that I asked them to pick me up from, to avoid like complications. And they arrived, I think maybe like 10 minutes late, but well, that's still fine. They arrived and they picked me up, and we went on the tour and we came back on time. They dropped me off right outside, so that was great. Okay, so living in an Airbnb is nice and everything, but now the only difference with it is that it's not gonna provide you with breakfast like the hotel. So if you don't want to be going outside or having to find a place to eat before you start your tour, then it would be better for you to just book a hotel. I just feel like when you're in an Airbnb like I am right now, it's much nicer. You get to do your own laundry. You just feel at home. You just feel like you are at home rather than being in a hotel. I feel like being in an apartment is much more comfortable than being in a hotel, but also it depends what kind of hotel you are going to. Every time I travel, I prefer not to spend too much money on accommodation. I just want to be sleeping on a comfortable bed. I just want to be showering with like hot water. I just want to be comfortable. I don't necessarily want my hotel to be like a 5-star hotel unless I'm going on a staycation, because I'm going to be spending most of my time outside. So I don't see the point of actually paying a lot of money for a hotel that I'm not going to be spending my time in. Okay, so but people are different. Maybe you prefer that comfort from a 5-star hotel, but yeah, we're different. So yeah, I talked about that. So the nice thing about Uber is that it has Google Translate. So even if your driver talks to you on Uber, it's gonna automatically translate it, and then you don't have to have problems with that. And now I'm gonna talk about when you get to your apartment or your hotel, your battery is low, your phone battery is low, what you need to use. Okay, so my gadgets were all bought from China. So the plug that I use is sorry, it's this one. So this is the plug that I use when I am in China, and when I came home I had to obviously find a way to charge my gadgets, and I bought this one at the OR Tambo airport. Yeah, I got this one and I'm able to like use it. However, I have a really long adapter that I carry, and it's like an extension cord. It has like a lot of plugs, so I use it everywhere I go, and you can easily use it like that. So I just bought one, and let me show you guys what I mean. So in Turkey they use, I'm back guys, I went to get my plug. So in Turkey they use this kind. Do you see that? They use this kind. So if you're from South Africa, I'd say you are safe. But if you come from China or maybe the other Asian countries, you need that you use this one, right? Which is what I am using myself. But because I came, when I left China, I actually bought this for home, but I ended up not using it. I ended up, because I came home with this. So every time I travel, I carry this with me because I have a lot of gadgets. Like I have my iPad, my phone, my watch, my camera, my all of these. I have to charge all of these things at the same time, so I use this, right? So with this, you can see it has this kind of plug. So with this kind of plug, I was able to buy this one, you see, for South Africa. So if in case you want to go to South Africa as well, make sure you have this, because even in Zimbabwe they don't use this one. The one they use in Zim I didn't have. Fortunately, my friend was able to help me with that. Yeah, so you see, this is what I do, and then I'm able to charge, right? So when I came to Turkey, I came with this one. So you can see that these are different plugs, right? So this is SA, and then this is Turkey. But I thought I could use this in SA as well. I still can, but it has to be I have to buy an adapter for it, right? So I have this, and then I can also put this like this, and then I plug it and everything just I'm able to charge. So make sure that when you come to Turkey you have this kind of charger, and I think it has to be circle like this. I realized that most of the plugs are circle like this, so make sure you at least have this, and try not to buy it from the airport because the airport is always expensive. So make sure you prepare it before your trip. Yes. So yeah, I bought this one I got from China, and this one I got from OR Tambo. So I would advise you not to buy these things at the airport to save yourself some money. Okay, so I hope this video is informative, and I hope you're learning something in case you want to travel to Turkey, or even maybe the neighboring countries probably use the same plugs as well. Okay, so the food. So I have been trying their food. I have been enjoying it, and I would say that if you want to be going out to eat, you should at least have like maybe 500-400 liras to have a decent meal. Like if you want like a good proper meal, chances are you're going to pay 250 liras, or 250 to 300 liras for a good full meal. Okay, so that's like 200 rand per meal. So in a day you find yourself spending about 1,000 rand. Yes, 1,000 rand for a day on just food. And the reason I said you must live in the city center, this is another reason I said you must live in the city center, so that you don't have to find yourself spending too much money on transport. Okay, so we have tours as well, right? How did I book my tours? I use trip.com and booking.com. So I'm always using these apps to check like how much the prices are. You know, you'll find that they have the same tours but then with different fees. So I always go for the cheaper one, right? But sometimes, guys, the cheaper one is not the best. You also need to check like, what does it come with, you know? So this previous tour that I went to, I used trip.com, and it had a tour guide that spoke English, Turkish, German. So we had other people that were from Germany, and they had somebody who was translating everything for them. Yeah, so it included a meal, so we had lunch as well, pick up and drop off, and we went to like 5 different places, and it just cost like it can cost like 200 kwai or 200 RMBs, or if you want to be on the cable car, you have to pay an extra fee. I'll just show you guys all those charges or all those fees somewhere here. Okay, so yeah, how did I find the restaurants that I went to? I used TikTok. I have started using TikTok recently. It was very helpful. I just typed places to eat, and then I was scrolling down, and then I found places that I liked, and I went there, and yeah, the hospitality was really good. The service was good. I think that I was very impressed with the service here. Like, people are really nice. Even if they don't understand you, they'll actually call somebody who can actually understand you to come and help you. So it was really good. I'm not gonna complain about that. Perfect service, 10 out of 10 for that. Yeah, and then lastly, I don't know if guys I've told you everything, but I don't know if I've told you guys everything, but I hope I have. But if you have more questions, please do comment down below, and then I'll answer you in the comments. And I do have another video coming up the video will be about Istanbul. I'm not currently in Istanbul yet, so when I get to Istanbul, I'll let you guys know how it was, what I was doing, and how I got it, and all of that. But for now, let's talk about Antalya. Is Antalya safe? Yes, I think Antalya is safe. I was free to vlog. Nobody was disturbing me. Yeah, I was able to walk outside at night, because even yesterday when I came home, I walked home. But before I walked, I did ask the locals if it's safe for me to walk in the streets by myself, and then they said yes, it is safe. And while I was walking, I would see like women sitting and just chilling with no problems, people just taking a walk in the middle of the night. So I was just like, okay, it's safe, it seems safe. Well, maybe in the area that I was in, I don't know about other areas, but yeah, I think Antalya is a safe place. I think Antalya is worth visiting. So if you want to come to Turkey, please try to visit Antalya and you'll definitely enjoy it. People here also speak French, so I think because they know Africans speak French, every time they'll see me, they say, "Do you parle français?" I said, "No, je n'ai pas." Je n'ai pas. So please don't judge my French. So yeah, I just told them, no, I don't speak French, but they still try to speak English with me, and yeah, they're quite friendly. About racism, I didn't experience anything like that here.
Can I speak with it? Or
You want to say something?
who is it? But I don't know who it. Hello, I met a lovely lady from where?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Oh, from where?
Yeah.
South Africa.
South Africa lady, the amazing, the best girl I met ever is here.
Thanks.
The good positive energy, nice smiling, like the shiny.
Bye. See you, yes. I was welcomed with open arms. They were really nice people. No harsh comments about my race. It was great. It was really great. Nobody trying to stare at me when I'm in a place. The only reason people were like trying to, you know, be funny is when they saw me holding a camera. But that's all. Like, it's the camera. Like, if I walk in with a camera, they'll think, oh, this person is a content creator, so we must act a certain way. But I think also because of the camera, I did get like good service, and because they knew I was gonna show you guys, so they have to, you know, give me that all. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope this video was helpful to you, and please do visit Antalya when you get the chance to. You will definitely enjoy it. I wish I could stay longer, but my stay is quite short. But if you decide to visit, please come back to my video and let me know how it was for you. Okay, so I'm gonna catch you guys in Istanbul. We are going to Istanbul. We're gonna spend a couple of hours in Istanbul, and I hope you guys will enjoy that video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna catch you in my next video. Toodles. Mwah.